Hello people, welcome to QA slot 3 QA paper. Uh, we will go through every question in detail. Okay. First question is if log 30 to the base a is equal to a and log 5 by 3 to the base a is equal to minus b and log a to the base 2 is equal to 1 by 3 and log a to the base 3 equals. This is what is finally asked. In the interest of full disclosure, I had started recording this video some time back. Then I had spent some 14 minutes on solving this question alone. And then I did not want to show you my struggles for that period. So I've restarted recording. And this time when I solve it, it would be me solving it for the second time. And even when the first time I had solved it, I had done it with the help of other people, not myself. Okay, let's go. Which basically translates to I would not have attempted this in paper, or at least in round 2. So we have this I can write as log 2 plus log 3 plus log 5 whole thing by log a, because log a is in the denominator. This is equal to a. In every option I have an a plus b. In every option I have an a plus b. So a plus b roughly translates to this. I don't need a minus b, I need a plus b. So if I need a plus b, this expression will change to log 3 minus log 5 by log a. So now this I can happily rework as log 2 plus 2 log 3 by log a and by log a is equal to a plus b. Now things that you need to see, the additional information given to us. This here tells me log a by log 2 is equal to 1 by 3. Look at this expression and look at this expression. Of course, it is the inverse. So this should be 3. And the final thing we need is log a 3 or log a by log 3. So this basically is inverse of this expression. So can I write it as, if I take this as x, can I write this as 2 by x is equal to a plus b. So now I will get 2 by x is equal to a plus b minus 3, or x by 2 is equal to 1 by a plus b minus 3, or x is equal to 2 by a plus b minus 3, which is option 3. Again, would not have been possible without my kids telling me how to solve it. At least I would definitely have not done this in the exam. Okay, moving on. This one, question 2. Dick is thrice as old as Tom and Harry. Oh, Dick is thrice as old as Tom and Harry is twice as old as Dick. Dick is thrice as old as Tom. So Tom is x, this is dx, and Harry is twice as old as Dick. So Harry is 6x. If Dick's age is 1 year less than the average of the 3. Okay. So 3x is equal to average of these 3 would be 10x minus 1. 1 year less than the average age of all 3. Average age of all 3 is 10x by 3 minus 1. This is 9x is equal to 10x minus 3, or x is equal to 3. So if x is 3, this is 3, this is 9, this is 18. Then Harry's age in years is 18. Okay. Is this understandable, people? May we move? कितने क्वेश्चन पे नहीं पूछा क्योंकि ऑफ कोर्स. Okay. Let's. A and B are two railway stations 90 kilometers apart. A train leaves A at 9 a.m. heading towards B at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Another train B leaves at 10:30 a.m. heading towards A at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Take care, the trains meet each other at. So for the initial 1.5 hours, only the first train was moving. For the initial 1.5 hours, just look at this. This is A, this is B. The gap is 90 kilometers. Train starts here at 9 a.m. and is moving at the rate of 40 kmph. Train starts from here at 20 kmph and starts at 10:30. So can I say for the first 1.5 hours, only this train was moving? Only this train was moving. So this train in 1.5 hours would have covered 60 kilometers. 60 is already done. Distance left is 30. Now distance left is 30. Train here is at 10:30, traveling at the rate of 40 kmph. Two trains, opposite direction, 30 kilometers to be traveled. The time taken from 10:30, time taken will be 30. The distance between them divided by the relative speed, which is 40 plus 20, 60, which is half an hour. So from 10:30, half an hour more will be option 4, 11 a.m. Understandable? May we move? Okay. Let k be a constant. The equation kx plus y is equal to 3 and 4x plus ky is equal to 4 have a unique solution if and only if. Love this phrase. Okay. Thing that you can notice here is all the options have 2 in them. All the options have 2 in them. So just plug in 2 and see if it works. 2x plus y is equal to 3 and 4x plus 2y is equal to 4. If you simplify this further, you'll get 2x plus y is equal to 2. Can you see that you will not have a unique solution now? Because for these two expressions, the LHS is the same, the RHS is different. So k cannot be equal to positive 2. K cannot be equal to positive 2. If k cannot be equal to positive 2, can I say option 4 and option 2 are out of the running right now? They are definitely out of the running right now. The other thing to notice now is this one, option 3 and option 1. We have already ruled out k as positive 2. Let us try and see what will happen. If k was minus 2, I would have k minus 2x plus y is equal to 3. And here I would have 4x minus 2y is equal to 4. Okay, I can rearrange this to get what I should rearrange this. 2x minus y is equal to minus 3. Again, for this expression, if I take out 2 common, I get 2x minus y is equal to 2. Again, the same problem occurs. If I take out 2, I divide. Again, the same problem occurs. Here I'm getting 2x minus y is equal to minus 3. I'm getting 2x minus y equal to 2. Variables cannot change values across equations. So k equal to minus 2 is also not possible. And at this time, I can eliminate option 3. I can say answer has to be option 1. The technical way of doing this, of course, is k by 4 is equal to, you only get it when k by 4 unique solution, no? K by 4 is equal to 1 by k is not equal to 3 by 4. Something along these lines, no? This is also not equal to, like this. No, not equal. Okay. There is some technical mumbo jumbo. If you know it, great. If you don't know it, I know this. I love this. I do this. Let's go. Or maybe move. if x1 is equal to -1 and xm is equal to this. X1 is equal to -1. Now, when you look at this expression, can you see one beautiful thing? This is the subsequent term. So instead of writing it as xm is equal to this, let's write it as xm plus 1 is equal to xm minus m minus 1. So x2 should be equal to -1 minus 1 minus 1 adds up to a total of -3. X3 should be equal to -3 minus 2 minus 1 adds up to a total of -6. X4 is equal to -6 minus 3 minus 1 adds up to a total of -10. Can you see the numbers that are being generated for x1, x2, x3, x4? Can you identify this series? What is this? What is this series, people? Sum of first n natural numbers. Sum of first n natural numbers. So in order to identify x100 as the question demands, all we have to do is minus n into n plus 1 by 2 or minus 100 into 101 by 2 or minus 5050 or option 4. Of course, this would be a round 2 question for me because it requires me to write stuff down, come up with that series. Okay. Vimla starts her office every day at 9 a.m. and reaches exactly on time if she drives at her usual speed of 40 km/h. She is late by 6 minutes if she drives at 35 km/h. Okay. Pay attention. The speed in first case is to speed in second case. Is the ratio 8:7? 40:35. So time in first case is to time in second case has to also be 7:8 precisely. Now remember, this is 7 ratio units, this is 8 ratio units, and we have been told the difference between them is 6 minutes. So actual time taken here is 42 minutes. Actual time taken here is 48 minutes. Okay. One day she covers, so her usual distance, usual time, all of that. See this. She travels with a rate of 40 kmph for 42 by 60 minutes. 3, 2, cancel 14. The distance that she is traveling is 28 kilometers. Distance is 28 kilometers. Speed is 40. The time is 42 minutes. This is her initial normal state. One day she covers 2/3 of her distance. 2/3 of the distance is 28 into 2 by 3. This much distance she had covered in 1/3 of her usual time to reach the office. Her usual time to reach the office is 42. So she has traveled this much distance in 14 minutes. And then she stops for 8 minutes. She stops for 8 minutes. The speed in km/h at which she should drive the remaining distance to reach the office exactly on time. Time she has already used up is 22 minutes. He has 20 more minutes available. And the distance that she has to travel is 28 by 3 kilometers. This much distance in this much time. The speed in km/h which she should drive the remaining distance to reach exactly on time. We have the distance, we have the time. It will be 28 by 3 into 20 by 60. Within 20 minutes, when you divide it by 20 by 60, it will become 60 by 20. Cancel, cancel, cancel. The speed will be 28 kmph. Yes, understandable. Okay. A man buys 35 kgs of sugar and sets a marked price in order to make a 20% profit. He sells 5 kg at this price and 15 kg at 10% discount. Accidentally, 3 kg of sugar is wasted. He sells the remaining sugar by raising the marked price by P% so as to make an overall profit of 15%. P is the nearest to. 10% डिस्काउंट दे रहे हैं तो 10 का मल्टीपल होना चाहिए. 20% प्रॉफिट बनाना है तो 12 होना चाहिए, लेकिन 12 को 5 का मल्टीपल 10 का मल्टीपल. ठीक ठीक ठीक, 12 को 10 का मल्टीपल होना चाहिए 60. So I'm going, let the MP be 60, CP will be 50, quantity is 35. So far so good. Is this data understandable? I have taken MP as 60 because it is 20% more. It is 20% more, so I was thinking 10 is to 12 ratio wise CP is to MP. And then I also saw there was a 10% discount on MP. So MP also has to be a multiple of 10. So I directly went to this spot. Let me make this 60. So this will become 50. I assumed the numbers because we need our final answer in percentage terms only. So taking variables is not useful. Okay. It has 5 kg at this price. So 5 into 60 and 15 kg at 10% discount. So 15 into 54. Accidentally 3 kg of sugar is wasted. Okay, so 3 kg is wasted. He sells the remaining sugar. How much sugar is remaining? 15 plus 5, 12 kg of sugar is remaining. By raising the marked price by P%. I should have taken MPS something in hundreds, would have been nicer. But anyway, that let's say price K. So as to make an overall profit of 15%. Overall profit of 15%. SP is not needed here. So overall SP I can find out 35 into 50 into 23 by 20 or 115 by 100. So cancel. 115 into 35 by 2. 75 square minus 40 square. 75 square is 5625. So 4025 by 2 or 2012.5. This is the final SP. This is 300. This is 810. This is 12K. So we have 1110 plus 12K is equal to 2012.5. So 902. No, yeah, 902. 902.5 by 12. K is equal to 902.5 by 12. I cancelling so tough. First thing is 7 in 62, so 5 then 2.5, so 0.2, something like this. MP was 60. It has now become 75.2. There is roughly a change of 15.2 on a base of 60 by 100. Because the question was he sells the remaining sugar by raising the marked price by P%. This has been raised by how much percent? It has been raised in quantity terms. It has been raised by 15.2. In percentage terms, this should roughly be equal to 25. Therefore, option 4, slightly more than 25, but very, very close to 25. Is this understandable, people, what I've done? I'm flustered. Let's go. Okay. If fx plus y is equal to fx plus into fy and f5 is equal to 4, then find f10 and f of minus 10. Okay. I have to figure out some way to calculate f10. That is simple enough. f10 will be equal to f of 5 plus 5 or f5 into f5. So this is 16. This should be simple enough. Now I need f of minus 10. How can I do it? Can I get f of 0? Yes, I can get f of 0. F of 5 plus 0 is equal to f5 into f0. So 4 is equal to 4 into f0 or f0 is equal to 1. Great. Because I know this, now I can do this. F of 10 minus 10 is equal to f of 10 into f of minus 10. This is f of 0. So this is 1. F of 10 I know to be 16. This is 16 into f of minus 10. So f of minus 10 will be equal to 1 by 16. So the final in totality what I need is 16 minus 1 by 16. The answer will be 15 point something. So option 2. Yes. Sure. If A, B, C are non-zero and 14 raised to the power A is equal to 36 raised to the power B is equal to 84 raised to the power C, then 6B 1 by C minus 1 by A. Achha, I need 6B into 1 by C minus 1 by A. Of course, log will be taken. A log 14 is equal to B log 36 is equal to C log 84. Let me figure out what all values can we put here. 6B, I want to get rid of this B. My ultimate goal is to get rid of this B. So can I represent C in something in terms of B? Yes, I can represent it as log 84, 1 by C as this goes down here, this goes down here, by B log 36 minus log 14 by B log 36. This is awesome. So I can now get rid of B from everywhere. So I have 6 by log of 84 by 14 by 2 log 6. Nice. 6 into log 6 by 2 log 6. Cancel 6 by 2. Answer should be 3. All are equal, इसीलिए रिप्लेस कर दिया नहीं. यहां से देखो, इन दोनों को देखना ऋतिक, इन दोनों को देखना, सिर्फ इन दोनों को जिसको अंडरलाइन किया. यहां से ये आ जाएगा 1 by C is equal to log 84 by B log 36. C को नीचे ले आए, इसको भी नीचे ले आए, ऐसा ऐसे मूव करा दिया. Basically, I was trying to get C in terms of B, A in terms of B, ताकि B is cancel हो जाए. I want to cancel the B from here. I want to cancel the B from here. I want to cancel the B from here. So I got C in terms of B. Similarly, using these two expressions, I got A in terms of B. वो भी डाल दिया. B cancel हो गया. Now I'm only left with a number. Why I choose to go down this path is also slight rigorously that because this is a theta question. So of course I have to get rid of all the variables. The best way to get rid of the variables is what I saw. Does this make sense, people? May we move? ये strike कैसे किया कि log होगा? Akhil, the only way I can solve anything related to powers is if log is involved. I don't know how to solve indexed equations, no? Index वाले equation तो औकात के बाहर. Let's move. Let's move. The contractor agreed to construct a 6-kilometer road in 200 days. He employed 140 persons for the work. After 60 days, he realized only 1.5-kilometer road has been completed. So 140, men 140, days 60, road 1.5. How many more additional people would he need to employ in order to finish the work exactly on time? We want to finish the work exactly on time. So how much time is left? 60 days, 200 days. So 140 days are left. How much road is to be made? 1.5 is done. So 4.5 road is to be made. How many men? Will it be? Days have increased. Days have increased. Will we need more workers or less workers? Will we need more workers or less workers? Days have increased. Will we need more workers or less workers? Less workers. Road length has increased. Will we need more workers or less workers? More. So this cancels, this cancels, this cancels, this cancels. 3. I need 180 workers. But hopefully nobody has written down 180 as answer because the question said how many additional people would he need to employ? Additional people will be 40, which should be the answer to the question. Simple enough. Let's move. Let m and n be positive integers. X is equal to mx plus 2n equal to 0 and x square is equal to 2nx plus m is equal to 0 have real roots. Then the smallest possible value of m plus n is. Okay. Things you like to see. Can you see both these equations can be identical as soon as I replace m with 2n? If I replace m with 2n or 2n with m, both these equations are identical. Of course, they will have real roots. One has real roots, the other will also have real roots. So now I can rewrite this equation as this. If it has real roots, m square minus 4m has to be greater than equal to 0, or m square is greater than equal to 4m. Cancel and cancel. Is this cancelling of m fine, people? m कैसे replace किए? ये देख के equations, बस coefficients देख के. Equations को side by side देखो. x का coefficient और constant. From this equation to this equation, m has been replaced by 2n, 2n has been replaced by n. तो सीधा ही दिख रहा है visually. Okay. So m is greater than equal to 4n. We want the smallest possible value of m plus n. Can I say smallest possible value of m will be 4 and n will be 2? So together we will have value as 6. Yes. Another thing, if you can see, as soon as we reached this point, could you see that only option 4 could work? If m is equal to 2n, then the total summation has to be 3n. There is only one multiple of 3 given in the options. It has to be that. Let's go. Then you don't need to engage in this processing of whatever is real or non-real and everything. Okay, let's move. A person invested a certain amount of money at 10% annual interest compounded half yearly. After 1.5 years, the interest and principal together became 18522. Amount is 18522. The amount in rupees that the person had invested is, we need principal. Principal, certain amount of money at 10% annual interest compounded half yearly. So into 21 by 20 into 21 by 20 into 21 by 20 is equal to 18522. This is okay. This expression makes sense. Basically, ideally, the formula is this: no, 1 plus r by 100 raised to the power t. Effective rate here is 5%. So 1 plus 5 by 100 or 105 by 100. Cancel it, you'll get 21 by 20. Number of terms is 3. So 3 times it will get multiplied. But when you're solving it in the exam, of course, you don't write all of this down. Directly write the final expression. Now, in an exam situation, go ahead, use the calculator, get your answer. Even if you did not want to use the calculator, one thing, can you see this number is divisible by 9? No, this number is divisible by 9. No, 18522. So cancel 7, cancel 7. 2058. Is it still divisible by 3? Yes. 7 divided by 3 gives me 686. This I understand to be 343 into 3 or 343 into 2 or 7 cube into 2. So these 3 will go. I'm left with 2 here. So P is equal to 222 16 followed by 3 zeros. Principal has to be 16,000. Yes. May we move? May we move? Okay. Anil, Sunil, Ravi run along a circular path of length 3 kilometers, starting from the same point at the same time and going in clockwise direction. They run at the speeds of 15 km per hour, 10 km per hour, 8 km per hour, respectively. How much distance in kilometer will Ravi have run when Anil and Sunil meet again for the first time at the starting point? Okay. Anil and Sunil. I only care for Anil and Sunil because they are meeting at the first time. They are meeting for the first time at the starting point, so on and so forth. Anil's speed is 15. Sunil's speed is 10. Okay. The ratio of their speed is 3:2. So in the time that Anil completes 3 rounds, he will complete 2 rounds. And that is when they will meet at the starting point. So how much time will it take for 3 rounds? 3 kilometer is 1 round. So 3 rounds will be 9 kilometers. 9 kilometers at the rate of 15 kilometer per hour is 0.6 hours, or 6 kilometers at the rate of 10 is 0.6 hours. Now, how much distance will Ravi run? Ravi runs at the rate of 8 and he's supposed to run for 0.6 hours. He will do it in he will runs 4.8 kilometers. How much distance in kilometer will Ravi have run? He would have run 4.8 kilometers. Option 3. Yes. Let's go. The area in square units enclosed by the lines x is equal to 2 and y is equal to x minus 2 mod plus 4. Then x-axis, the x-axis and the y-axis is equal to, okay. There are 4 lines to consider. x equal to 2 line. Not great, but we'll have to do. This is x equal to 0. This is y equal to 0. Now this expression, this is the only expression now that will probably cause some concern among people. Can we make a graph for x minus 2 mod? Will it be something like this? 2 comma 0. But there is also plus 4. So this graph will get pushed upwards by how much? By 4. So it will go from here and it will go from here. Yes. So the portion of which we are concerned with, this is the boundary of the area that we are supposed to calculate. The coordinate here is 2 comma 4. What will be this length? If you have to figure out what will be this length. What will be this length if we have to figure out? Can you see it is going up at the rate of 1, going up at the rate of 1, and it has traveled 2 steps. So this will be 6. This length is 4. This length is 2. So the area will be half into 2 into 6 plus 4. Cancel, cancel. Gives me 10. Option 3, 10. Yes. Let's move. The vertices of a triangle are 0, 0, 4, 0, 3, 9. The area of the circle passing through these 3 points is. This is 0, 0. This is 4, 0. This is 3, comma 9. The area of the circle passing through these 3 points. If you're creating a circle passing through these 3 points, can you understand you're basically talking of the circumcircle? If you're talking of the circumcircle, we only have these 3 points. I'm sure there is some formula for circumradius, but what other thing you can do is the base of this triangle is 4. The height of this triangle is 9. The area of this triangle will be half into 4 into 9. And this is also equal to ABC by 4R, where A, B, C are 3 sides and R is the circumradius. Now, what do we do? This is 9. बिकॉज ये अगर 0 है और ये अगर हाइट 9 पे है एक्सिस से, ये क्वाड्रेटिक बता दे रहा हाइट 9. So this is 9, this is 4. The coordinates here will be 3, 0. This is 9, this is 1. This will be root 82. This is 9, this is 3. This will be root 90. These sides also we can identify. So half into 4 into this. So let me go 2. 18 is equal to root 90 into root 82 into 4 by 4R. 4 and 4 cancelled. R turns out to be root 90 into root 82 by 18. But this is just the circumradius. We have been asked the area of the circumcircle. So area would be pi R square. So we got pi. Square of this is 90. Square of this is 82. In the denominator, we will have 18 into 18. Cancel. 5, 2, 41. Nullifies to 205 pi by 9. 205 pi by 9 or option 4. Yes. We move. How many integers in the set? 100, 101, 102, so on and so forth, up until 999 have at least one digit repeated. At least one digit repeated. So, how many numbers are 3-digit numbers? There are 900 3-digit numbers. Let us remove all cases of all 3 digits being distinct. The leading place digit can be filled up in 9 ways. The subsequent digit can be filled up in 9 ways. The last digit can be filled up in 8 ways. So 9 into 9 into 8, 81 into 8. So this will be 648. So 900 minus 648. These are cases where all 3 digits are distinct. This will give us 252, which should be the answer. Another way to think here could be, it can be AAB. The number that we are considering is AAB or ABA or BAA or AAA. These are the only variations of numbers in which repetition is happening. So because it is the leading place digit, it can be filled up in 9 ways. This is fixed now. This can be filled up in 9 ways. 9 ways. 9 ways. 1 way. 9 ways. 9 ways. 1 way. 9 ways. 1 way. 1 way. So this gives me 81 cases. This gives me 81 cases. This gives me 81 cases. This gives me 9 cases. These 3 will give me 243 cases. Plus 9 will give me 252 cases. Both these ways are perfectly understandable. You'll reach 252 by both of them. Maybe move. Okay. Let x and y be positive integers such that n is equal to x plus y. X lies in the range 2 to 10. And y lies in the range 14 to 23. If n is greater than 25, then how many distinct values are possible for n? How many distinct values are possible for n? Okay. Minimum value that x can take is 3. Maximum value that x can take is 9. Minimum value that y can take is 15. Maximum value that y can take is 22. So the maximum value n can take is max n is equal to 31. This 9 and this 22. Given that it has to be greater than 25, and I can change values in steps of 1 here and also here, every value from 26 to 31 should be useful. So there are 6 possible distinct values for n. Yes. Okay. The points 2, 1 and -3, -4 are opposite vertices of a parallelogram. If the other 2 vertices lie on the line x plus 9y plus c is equal to 0, then c is. These are opposite vertices of a parallelogram. May I be so bold to say this is 2, 1, this is -3, -4. So this is the sort of parallelogram that is getting created. It need not necessarily be perpendicular to the axis, but I'm working with this. This is what's happening. Now we have been told if the other two vertices lie on the line this x plus 9y plus p is equal to 0, then C is. We are only supposed to figure out the value of this, not this entire equation. Just look at this. What all do we know about parallelograms? Opposite sides are parallel, opposite sides are equal. What else? Anything else that we know about parallelograms? Diagonals bisect. Perfect. So if diagonals bisect, this central point coordinates we can find out 2 and minus 3. The coordinate here will be 0, minus 0.5, comma 1 minus 1.5. The coordinates of this intersection point will be minus 0.5 and minus 1.5. And this point will also lie on this line. This point will also lie on this line. So all we have to do is plug in the value of x, minus 0.5, minus 13.5 plus c is equal to 0, or c is equal to 14. Option 2. Good enough? Maybe move. ये पार्ट समझ में आया था ऋतिक? क्या इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट, ये इनका डायगोनल का इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट, तब ये बोल रहे हैं ये पॉइंट, अगर ये पॉइंट जो इंटरसेक्शन का है, इस लाइन का इक्वेशन, द इक्वेशन ऑफ दिस लाइन इज गिवन टू अस एज x plus 9y plus c is equal to 0. इस लाइन पर वन पॉइंट वी हैव आइडेंटिफाइड, नो, minus 0.5 minus 1.5. इस लाइन के लिए वन पॉइंट वी हैव आइडेंटिफाइड, तो x की जगह पे minus 0.5 रखा, y की जगह पे minus 1.5 रखा, तो ये बन गया। इससे मेरे पास c का वैल्यू आ गया। लेट्स मूव। How many pairs AB of positive integers are there such that A is less than equal to B and AB is equal to 4 raised power 2017, or AB is equal to 2 raised to the power 4034? Yes. How many factors does this number have? 4035 factors. How many pairs of factor does this number have? 4035 plus 1 by 2. In how many ways can AB be written as two numbers multiplying to give this product? See, it starts off with this 1 into 2 raised power 4034, then 2 into 2 raised power 4033, 4 into 2 raised power 4032, 2 cube into 2 raised power 4031. This will keep on going up until 2 raised to the power 2017 into 2017. Yes, this 1 is nothing but 2 raised power 0, this 2 is nothing but 2 raised power 1, this 4 is nothing but 2 raised power 2. So how many ways can you see here? From 0 to 2017, how many ways? 2018. So how many pairs of AB of positive integers are there such that A is less than equal to B and AB is equal to this? Option 4, 2080. Ritik. In a trapezium ABCD, AB is parallel to DC. BC is perpendicular to DC and BAD is equal to 45 degrees. BAD is 45. AB is parallel to DC. So DC and BC is perpendicular. It has to be C now. BC is 5, BT is 4, and this is 45 degree. Find the area of the trapezium in square centimeter. Okay. If I drop a perpendicular from D, this is 4, this is 5. Now look at this triangle. I'm saying this point is an DMA. I drop the perpendicular, so this is 90, this is 45. This will also be 45. So side opposite 45 is 4, side opposite 45 will also be 4. So area of this trapezium is half into 4 into 14 or 28. Or of course you can do 5 into 4 cut 20 area here. 4 into 4, 16 ka half, 8 area here, 20 plus 8. In either case, you reach 28 as answer. They remove. The game here is more about can you make the diagram correctly. Once you make the diagram, everything else falls into place. Maybe move. How many of the integers 1, 2, blah 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 120 are divisible by none of 2, 5, and 7? Okay. We can do this by set theory or Venn diagram. Multiples of 2, multiples of 5, multiples of 7. How many numbers will be multiples of 2, 5, and 7 up until 120? Just one number, which is 70. How many numbers will be multiple of 2 and 5? 12 such numbers. One is already listed here, so 11 here. How many numbers will be multiples of 14? 8 such numbers. One is already used up here, so 7. How many numbers will be multiples of 35? 3. One is already listed here, so 2. How many multiples of 2 in total? 60, of which 11, 1, and 7, 19 are already listed here, so this is 41. Multiples of 5 in total are 24. 11, 2, and 1 are already listed here. 14 is already listed here. So this is 10. Multiples of 7 are 70, of which 10 are already listed here. So this is 7. So this is the entire count of numbers which are divisible by either 2 or 5 or 7. So from 120 numbers, if I remove this summation of union of all these sets, I should get my answer. Let us see what the union is. 60 plus 10 plus 2 plus 7. So 60 plus 19. So we need 120 minus 79, or the answer is 41. Option 4, 41. Yes, maybe move. Two alcohol solutions, A is to B, are mixed in the proportion 1:3 by volume. The volume of the mixture is then doubled by adding a solution A. Okay. One thing, pay attention. Do you read something or get a trigger for something in this? The very fact that in the entire question I have ratios, percentage, and then finally I have been asked, final answer is also percentage. Then what do I know? Any amount I take is fine. Any amount I take is fine. So I'm saying A was 25 liters, B was 75 liters. The volume of the mixture is then doubled by adding solution A. Right now, total volume is 100. If it is being doubled, 100 A is added. So now the ratio is 125 to 75. Okay, such that the resulting mixture has 72% alcohol. Okay, 125 liters have 60% alcohol. Then the percentage of alcohol in solution B is okay, 75 into X by 100, whole thing divided by 200 into 100 is equal to 72. Alcohol content from solution A, alcohol content from solution B, total volume in the bottom. This works. 60% है अल्कोहल इन सोल्यूशन है, तभी तो 6/10 किया यहाँ पे ऋतिक. सोल्यूशन ए है 60% अल्कोहल, तभी तो 6/10 किया. इनिशियली इनिशियल और लेटर सोल्यूशन ए तो सोल्यूशन ए है, वो तो इनिशियल थोड़ी है. मिक्स करने के पहले देख, तुमने ए और बी मिक्स किया है, ए के अंदर 60% प्योरिटी अगर है, मिक्स करने के बाद भी ए के अंदर की प्योरिटी थोड़ी चेंज हुई, सोल्यूशन की चेंज हुई, ए की प्योरिटी तो अभी भी 60% ही है. ए तो जितना लाए उसका 60% ही अल्कोहल होगा ना. दिस इक्वेशन नीड्स टू बी सॉल्व्ड. कैंसल कैंसल, दिस बिकम्स 144 now. So I get this becomes 3, 5, cancel, 25, 75 plus 3/4x is equal to 144, or 3/4x is equal to 69. Cancel, cancel, 23, x is equal to 92. So answer should be option 2, 92%. Yes. This question now, 2 into 4 into 8 into 6. 2 into 4 into 8 into 16. So on and so forth. Okay. These portions are not troubling or will not stump us. These portions are things that we have to take care of. This, can we write it as 2 log 2 whole square, or this as 3/2 log 2 to the base 2 whole cube, and this as 4/3 log 2 to the base 2 whole raised to the power 4. This has to be identified. Once we identify this, we can write this down properly. This is useless, this is useless, this is useless because it is equal to 1. So we have 2 into 4 into 8 into 16 by 4 into 27/8 into 256 by 81. 256 by 81. So let's take these to the top. Into 8 into 81. Cancel stuff out now. 4 goes. 16 goes. 16 goes again. 81 goes with 27. I get 3. I'm left with an 8 into 3. This is equal to 24. Basically, open everything up and then simplify. Nothing else. Good enough? Let's go. Batsman played n+2 innings and got out on all occasions. His average score in these n+2 innings was 29 runs, and he scored 38 and 15 runs in the last 2 innings. So in n+2, his average is 29. So his total runs by that time is this much. And this is equal to 38 plus 15 plus n into k, where k is average of 10 innings. n+2 innings का average 29 है, 38-15 last 2 matches का score है, n into k is the average of 10 innings. If the batsman scored less than 38 in each of the first n innings, okay, not if the batsman scored less than 38, okay, In these n innings, his average score was 30 runs. Oh, so nice. This is 30 now. This enables me to get to a precise value of n. 29 n plus 58 is equal to 53 plus 30n, or n is equal to 5. If n is equal to 5, so his average score 130. In those matches, total he has scored 150 runs. In each of the first, in these n innings, his average score was 30 runs, and the lowest score was x runs, the smallest possible value of x. The batsman scored less than 37 runs in each of the first innings. Okay. So match 1, match 2, match 3, match 4, match 5. If you want to minimize the score here in match 5, when you know their sum is 150. If you want to minimize the score in match 5, when you know their sum is 150, of course, you're trying to maximize the score in the other 4 matches. When you try to maximize the score in other 4 matches, and we know that in every inning, runs were scored less than 38, put 37, 37, 37, and 37 down. So far, 148 runs have been scored. So in match 5, minimum run scored will be 2. Therefore, answer is option 1, 2. Yes. Maybe move. Let's go. In the final examination, Vishnu scored 52% and Asha scored 64%. Okay. Vishnu scored 52% and Asha scored 64%. So Vishnu is at 52%. Asha is at 64%. The marks obtained by Vishnu is 23 less, and that by Asha is 34 more than the marks obtained by Ramesh. I'm saying let Ramesh be somewhere. Let his score be this. This gap is 23, and this gap is 34. Can you see in percentage terms, the difference is 12%. In absolute marks terms, the difference is 57. So 12% of total is equal to 57. So 3 by 25 of total is 57. 3 and 3 cancels, gets me 19. T is equal to 475. Total marks we have identified. The marks obtained by Geeta, who scored 84%. Geeta scored 84%. So 84% will be 84 by 100 into 475. 21, 25, 19, 21 into 19. This is 399. Therefore, option 2, 399. Yes. Maybe move. Okay. Let m and n be natural numbers such that n is even. And 0.2 less than m by 20, comma n by m, comma n by 11 is less than 0.5. Okay. M by 20 has to be greater than 0.2. Okay. So m has to be greater than 4. This limit is identified, and m has to be less than 10. I'm basically taking this and this, then this and this, and identified the range for the n. M has to be any value from 5 to 9. Let us do the same thing for n. N has to be greater than 2.2 and n has to be less than 5.5. So n can take values from 3 to 5. But we were told that n is even. If n is even, the only possible value that n can take is 4. The only possible value that n can take is 4. If n is taking 4, 4 by n has to be greater than 0.2 but less than 0.5. Now among the possible values of n, the only one that works is n equal to 9, because for anything lower, this condition will get violated. 4 by 5 is greater than 0.5, 4 by 6 is greater than 0.5, 4 by 7 is greater than 0.5, 4 by 8 is equal to 0.5. The only value where this will get satisfied is n equal to 9. So m minus 2n will be equal to 9 minus 2 into 4, or this will be equal to 1, or option 3, 1 is the final answer. Yes. Okay. That will be all for the quant portion. We'll start with the DILR shortly.